Aussie Gem Hunter Naseeb here, back for another episode. It's about 6:15 in the morning. There's no rooster crowing, so we're going to beat him, wake him up, and see if we can't wake the rest of the gem fields up. So yeah, let's get out there, run some overburden today, and then tomorrow wash. And I've got a bit of a plan so we can make it riach. Rightio, let's get into it. Underground, obviously. Now, we're back in the same spot, but we're going to shift. I don't want to run wash today. I'm going to run it tomorrow. And I didn't get what I wanted to get done here, but we're going to leave this, chase some more fertile ground, and then come back to this later. But this is where we were last episode. Well, shadows. This is where we were last episode, so that's it. All we were doing last episode is to try to get, and we got a good sapphire out of it too, and that big 166 carata, so it was obviously no good, but from there to here, we want enough to get through so we can use this area as a dumping ground, and it juts right up there. You can see how it goes from my foot and then just juts all the way up, so we can fill all that in, right from back there, fill all that in through here. We've just got to get through that little bit of wash, and I don't want to take all of that, throw it upstairs when I can just fold it down, fold it from there and put it down here, because I'm getting rid of this anyway and leaving it as a pillar. So while that's there, I've just got to chip away a bit more. So just one wheelbarrow through, arch it out properly, make it nice and high, and then have this as a dumping ground, because there's billies and stuff up there. A bit hard to see with no light, but billies and stuff up there that we want to get rid of and get out of the way, and we're not going to use this tunnel anymore. So where we are going to start is back over here. We're going to take that big section there out, and then that shouldn't be too much digging today. We might get some of that, and I've still got heaps of wash over that side. We want to go forward, so that's the plan. You can see how. Give me 2 seconds. I'll set everything up for you. Okay, let's take you here. So the reason why I chose this spot is we got a hell of a lot of sapphire here, and it looks like, from the other side as well, there's that wallow, and it's come right up and pushed all of the material up, and what we're chasing is sapphire dropped out an old riverbed, so they're heavy. Sapphire's super heavy, and it's concentrated on the bottom. It's concentrated on the bottom because that's pretty much where it sits. It gets itself into the granite, which is our bedrock, and it basically nestles in there. So we take about an inch and a half of granite when we dig, and then we're looking for billies, which is big rocks, like that one there and this one there, to stop the slow water. But you can see the granite's all pushed up here and pushed up there and pushed up here, and it's really thin, and hopefully that's had a massive big splash. There's obstruction further back, and then we're on for a bit of a show. Also, ironstone, like that's a dark ironstone. We look for that as well. That's an indicator that heavy materials dropped out in that area, and you can see that little black mark there. That's ironstone as well. We look for all those markers, and you can see the granite goes low, then high, then low again. It undulates a little bit. We look for that, so fingers crossed. And we got really good sapphire, and a lot of it from here all the way up where that wall's hit and splashed up, all that stuff there. And we got really good sapphire through here too. And in that direction we want to travel because there's a big jump up part there. So we still want to move forward, but I want to take this whole section here today, and we're just going to, stick with this line and go all the way up on the roof. And I'll show you, we're going to get up a little bit further there and create a nice little dome so we can take that section. You have a look. So you have a look back here. I just need to nip this roof bit a little bit. Because we curve the walls like that, the walls support the weight, not the roof. So, we need to just tidy this up a tiny touch above me here and get that working properly. And you can see how, I've started to do it here, and we'll just dome it out to support everything, and you clean this section up a little bit here, and then, that's been domed out as well. I probably need to get rid of that and get rid of this little section here to make it 100%, but it's 99 now, and I'm feeling pretty safe under here. So that's, if you want to know how we stay safe, that's it. If you don't want to know how we go for sapphires, you dig. So I got to do it. We'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, guys, we just had a little bit of rain. So yeah, Gemfields has had a little sprinkle. We need to maximise our digging. So I got to get down there, get the bobcat out, shift a bit of soil, and then get out there. So that's how much soil I'm shifting. That was 40 buckets of 40 up and overs. So yeah, time to get down there and do another 40. Just got to maximise that time to get the cash. Yeah, so the whole idea behind not coming down here when it rains, ladder gets super slippery, easier for something to trip out obviously upstairs, but we've got a little bit to finish. I'll give you a look at it. So we've just got to shave that area there, and then that'll be a bench for tomorrow, and it's not raining tomorrow, so if we just shave that, we've probably only got about 10 wheelbarrows left. Clean the floor up. Yeah, once we do that, we can basically just do the wash tomorrow. So we're about sapphire, and I'm going to take it real steady up and down the ladder. Don't worry, and I don't want to slip. It's a long way to fall. Rightio, next day, bench is done. It's not raining upstairs, which is good. I had to spray all the electrical connectors to make sure they were dry before we started everything up. No problems. Let's get at this dig, huh? Okay, this is the bench that we created yesterday. So it's probably about 1.5 meters, I suppose, 1,500, and it's only by about 600-700. Maybe 600 or so. And, pretty excited today to get into it. You can see, there's a billy there. There's one right here, and there's a big one just there. And then this granite just jumps up. So the granite's the floor, okay? And you can see there's a bit of material here, and that's wash. That's old riverbed. And there's ironstone there and ironstone here. You can see how that granite just jumps up in that area, and it jumps up over there, and there's a bit of granite here. And you can see all the material there. Something would have had to slow that down for that, the water down for that granite to just be there. So, bit excited. Going to rip right into it. I'm just going to layer the top off at the moment because the wash plant's a little bit, wet. And when the wash plant's wet, it tends to stick a little bit, and I don't want the good stuff to stick. That's the wash. We're going to get at it. It's go back to work day today, unfortunately for me. So I only have to like 10 or 11 o'clock or so, and then I'm going to start cleaning up and packing everything up. And it's just so today we've got to get at it, and hopefully we get some sapphire for you guys to watch and see. More importantly, pay for that goddamn wash plant that's given me so many dramas. So anyway, stick with us. If I find something, you'll be straight back. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you a little thing that's sort of interesting, and hopefully it turns into sapphire. That granite has jumped right up. So that's our granite floor, and it's gone from here, and there's a tiny bit of material there, but it's jumped from here all the way up, and it was a big, it was sort of up through to there, and then, we've got a big billy here and a one just poking out there. We had one just there and one there. So whatever's piled up here, hopefully it slowed all that water down and sapphires have dropped. So yeah, I don't often find like big jump ups of granite like that. So hopefully it's all undulated and sapphire just pockets out and drops, and we just got to find one of those pockets. How we going? We're back, a little bit of sweat. I've done 11 loads, it's about 9 o'clock, but I might stay till about 11 o'clock. Just wash plant's working good, everything's going great. I knew this had happened sooner or later, and I've got two things to show you, so that's why I kind of stopped. You might be able to see, anyway, regardless of what's going on. We bumped into old mate's diggings again, so I knew it was going to happen. I knew he had another line here somewhere. And I wanted to go either like the side of it and then break in here and there and dome a little bit. I'll show you. So that's his old diggings. They're super low, really low, like belly crawling low. So the guy that was here back in the 60s or the 70s or whenever, they say it was Eric Oliver, which was a bit of a legend around these parts. Was digging, and he was always good at finding stone. He's just unreal. Every time that I run into good stone, like I have been, I find his old diggings. But he didn't get all the stone because that just popped out. Now it looks, so you can see that that's crystal. I'll have put it on my helmet. Oh yeah, super dark. Like it'll be a midnight colour. It's a solid piece though. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, look at that green on the cross table. And blue, like midnight blue. Yeah, if you like that nice, like basically dark with just a hint of blue through it, you're going to love that. Look at that. And it's a solid piece of crystal by the looks of things. We're going to send it upstairs and get it to washed. But that's a good hunk. That's got to be 20 20 carats or so. So yeah, that's made the day. That goes in there to test the wash plant, and we're going to investigate in there next episode. I want to get this bench all done. Sorry about the light. I want to get this bench all done and just get some sapphire. Then we'll get in there and have an investigation, and that'll tell me which area and where to move from, this way, that way, you know. But I still want to break in because he was on stone, had to be, and he just left a little bit behind for me, and that little bit will keep me pumping. So I'm excited to see what comes out of here, because that just popped out. And the big billy there that we had before, this was the jump up, and that was the big billy. So I want to get into that corner and then blast that way as well, because there was another jump up over here, and we want to go that way. And I've still got wash on the other side to collect. I still have wash just behind me here to collect as well. So wash plant's working, keep working. I haven't jinxed myself, and then we'll see you guys upstairs if I don't. Right, we're back on again. A little sapphire, but let's go see what it looks like. Alrighty, let's find it again. I'll just put it on the ground. Is that it there? It kind of looks like it. Just put it on the ground so I grab the camera out. That's it there. Yeah. Let's break it away from its juice. Looks like it's shattered. Let's put it on the light. Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, it's a sapphire. It's got rutile in it. You can see those bands of rutile. We're on again. Yeah, if we keep on popping out like this, I'm going to be pretty happy when we get upstairs. So let's keep going. Alrighty, so this is the top of the wash plant. This is kind of what's left, the material that's left that doesn't get fed in. So now it's climbing the top and push a bit in at a time, because if we go through the other side, the little hatch just there, it takes me forever. It's like five buckets or so. And if I just feed a little bit here, we get it right down. So yeah, all working super successfully. Very happy with the result. So that's the pulsator going, the trommel going, conveyor belt. It's not dead on the end, you know. Finally I've been able to do, like, stay down, do 20 loads without coming up every 5 minutes. And it's 10:30 in the morning, and normally this would have taken me till around about 12 o'clock. So I'm finally ahead on schedule. So fingers crossed to keep working, and I keep going to be able to do like a whole bunch more material. Okay, let's see how we go. I'm keen to see, obviously we got 2 in there. Well, fingers crossed it didn't fall out of the plant somewhere. We're pretty much sure we got 2 in there. Let's get started. Yeah, you can see that glare's murderous. I'm going to change tactic after I just have a quick look through here. I'm going to scoop everything up and then use a sieve to get the best parts out. You see there's just all that. That's that big one from down. Oh no, it's not. It's a different one. All right, let's have a look. Yeah, shattered though. And you got a little corner on the end maybe. So there you go. There was something else down there. Yeah, so we ended up doing about 21, 22 wheelbarrows. And obviously just saw those 2 downstairs. You never know what could be floating around. Look at that, that's a big piece too. That's a big chunk. A couple of big chunks already. Let's hope we get the little chunks as well that are clear and beautiful. Mind you, I wouldn't mind a big chunk that's clear and beautiful too. There's a chunk there that I've been pushing around. I did see something else down there. Anyway, it won't matter too much. We'll just get the big ones out of the way and done with. Yeah, that's the one we found. Oh, no, it's not. It's a different one. Well, it's got some life to it. Maybe. There's the one we found downstairs. Jeez, hunting for that. There's its friend. No, it's shattered. Thought it might look alright, but you can see there's nothing involved in that one. It's showing up the goods, that place, that little spot. And obviously we've busted into the neighbours, you know, the old diggings of the old guy there, but back in the 70s or whenever he was digging. It was the hunk I was chasing before. Snow or something. Alright. Gonna get the big stuff out. Look at all that material. Gee, that's good material. You know, just want something that's that size and perfect. Now, that's what we want. Okay, let's quickly go through the next baffle. On that medium size, we're going to just put that in there. Let's have a quick look through. There's something clear, look at that. You can see it. You know, you can see that beautiful clearness. It's only about 3 or 4 carats, but look at that. And no heat necessary with that one. That'll be a beautiful little stone. It'll only end up to be about 1 carat, but you know, that's what we're chasing. Chasing one of those and a big one. There's another sapphire. Yeah, a lot's crept through this corner of thing. That's a spinel. Let me just try and get the big hunks like that out. Yeah, look at that. Little flat piece. I'm surprised that made it in the other one. Another bonanza. I mean, I didn't see half of these. Oh, that looks nice. Hang on. Oh no, it's got... I'll need a heap of heat, but it's got maybe a corner in it. And we'll have a look inside. Ah, come on, light, stop. And there's another one. No, it's a bloody piece of ironstone. The guy has got me again. That's spinel. Okay. There's a hunk. Look at that. You can see. Look at it. Beautiful. That is unreal. There you go. That's clean, clear, perfect. It'll be about 5-6 carats. You know, you can see it in the hand. You guys will see some sun turning out. You can see it in the hand. It's a beautiful piece. You know, that spot, I hope it just doesn't disappear, because it's been so good. We only found those 2 downstairs too, and it's just turned into bonanza this morning. There's another one in the corner here. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. It's spinel. And look at that already. You know, and we've got to go through the baffles. So what I'm going to do is just show you what we, next one up here. Right, so I'm just emptying all the baffles now, and then I'm going to use basically like 2 little sieves that you would normally use to find sapphires in a willoughby, and I shake it up and down the water. The heavy stuff drops. I flick it upside down, and it's a lot easier to find the sapphires like that, just until I get that wash plant sorted out. So you can see all those dark materials there. That's sapphire and spinel. Back inside, guys. Couldn't be more ecstatic. So let's put this cup on. That's the sapphire, and then all the little sapphires just to the side. The spinels over there. But let's have a look at this sapphire. Some of these, you know what I mean? Like, let's weigh the big one first. This bit of a hunk. Yeah, 62 carats. And then, you know, we've just got hunk after hunk. You know, that's 30 carats. You know, that's another kind of 30. Then these chunks. You know, like, this one will actually be interesting as well. So we did get some stuff that was on the bigger side. That'll be interesting to see when it cuts, and stuff on the smaller side too. That little spot, the big billy, you know, and then all the other stuff that got, you know, in the raised up, the raised up floor, you know, 338 carats. That's the second time, mate. Second time, geez, in 2 digs, 20 wheelbarrows, and it's got, you know, 338 carats. Yeah, speechless. Just phenomenal. I'll pick through a few of those. I'll just pause you off, and then we'll get to looking at a few. Okay, so this is not going to be a cutter, but there could be a small part of it, and I'll show you the reason why. 35 carats. Now this end here looks like it will actually, look, it's got a heap of, drama, but I think I see something in there. You know, obviously, you know, there's got massive cracks there, massive cracks through there, drama through there. You can see the crack there and the crack there, but in there there's a space, and it might be okay because the color is gorgeous. The color is a beautiful, beautiful blue, you know, like a super light cross. This is the one we found down underground, and it has issue. You can see that big crack there, you know, and that's stopping the light coming through. And then, you know, it's got a crack there, and that stops the light coming through that way. And you can see how it's pretty dark. You can see that green cross. Blue and green will be like a midnight colour. Yeah, that midnight colour. There you go. It's a decent hunk too. Yeah, 40 carats. I don't know what I guessed under green. I think I guessed 20 or so. And 40, you double it, you idiot. This one's going to be super interesting. See how really light it is on the cross table. That's table there. That's table there. Let's get you a closer look. Even closer. Look at that. Now it does have a little issue here, but super light on the cross table. A light green on the cross table. It'll be a midnight colour, but geez, it'll have some character. You know, that's a beautiful stone. Gorgeous stone, gorgeous light cross table. Yeah, and that was a pretty big one too. 16 carats. You know, it's going to be a nice stone when it's cut. It needs a touch of heat. It's got a little bit of silk in it, but yeah, you know, this is the piece of resistance though. Let's weigh it first. 8 carats.
And check it out. And I don't even have to get the light anywhere near it for it to start performing. Look at that. I think that's table. That's blue there. You've got a tawny, that'll have to come off. That's rutile. But I'm pretty sure that's the blue table and that's the green cross table. But yeah, extremely, yeah, see that blue? That's table there. And that's the cross table. You'll have to be cut on table, this one, to show it. But, I mean, it's not that thick, but when you slice, when this section here comes off that way, you've got that size, and then that'll be the sides of your, that will be the top, and you'd be able to do a nice, beautiful, emerald cut. So yeah, I mean, you're going to have to lose that section anyway, because we're going to lose that section, and that would be the direction, I'd say, because you want that blue like that. Yeah, 8 carats, gorgeous. If we can get 2 carats out of that, it'll just bling its head off. And then this one is absolutely stunning. Look at that. That's a blue yellow party. No need for heat on that one. There's a little bubble in there. I didn't see that bubble before. Oh no, it's on the surface. Whew. So there's a little bubble there. It means that clear. I thought it was in the middle of the stone. It's actually on the outside of the stone. That's a blue yellow party. This is going to be an amazing stone. Look at that. Look at it perform just with any sort of light. Excited to see how this one turns out. 3.6 carats. I think with the depth of it, we're going to get a carat, and maybe 1.2 would be nice. Oh, we've already done that one. It's so good, I keep on coming back to it. This is only a little, but look how clear that is. You know, I can't get my light anywhere near it. That's it. It's just passable maybe for a cutter. It's 2.16. No, I don't think so, but anyway, this is a little cutie. And it's really, really little, but it's really cute. It's 1.55. You'd never make a stone out of that. And they normally get sent to Thailand, cut, and then brought back because they're about $2, $3 a carat to get them cut like that. But that'd come back a beautiful little stone, maybe a half. If it's 1.55 now, maybe 0.5 of a carat. It's a gorgeous little stone. So we're keeping that one. So hang on. Those stones are going to get cut in a brief second, and we'll get them back to you. Okay, so here we go. 2 unreal stones. Come on, blue one, just stop shining out of the box. Yeah, so the one on the left went. So that's 5.2 carats. Oh, 5.5. Sorry. Look, it's just an ocean blue colour. Just a beautiful blue. And the one on the right is just that beautiful teal colour. It's just a mix of that blue and yellow, making an unreal teal colour. That little bit of rutile on the bottom got cooked out, so that's had heat, and the other one's had heat too. The blue. Really hard to show these 2 stones at the same time, so I'm going to split them up. Give me a second. Okay, let's do that blue first. This video won't do it justice. See how clear that bottom section is, and it bounces that blue, rich, deep blue colour all the way through the stone. It's very hard to capture. That's probably the best. And it just fires from the bottom. Just that amazing blue colour fires from the bottom every step of the way. I thought it'd be more of a midnight colour, but I tell you it's not. It's a really rich, I'm going to call it an ocean blue. because, you know, it just looks like you're staring at the ocean. Check that out, just the amount of times that it flickers and moves, and yeah, just a gorgeous stone. You know, like, even look, it just goes and goes and goes. It's like the TARDIS, you know what I mean? Like, crazy sort of stuff. You know, if you're going to deep sea dive, I think this is what you'd get. Just that, look at that. That's probably the best shot of it. Gorgeous. All right, yeah, 16 carats to, 5.6 it really is. Even 16 carats, it's awesome return. It's a big full stone. Yeah, unreal. Excited and thrilled to have this one. Now it's Buddy. There was 8 carats and down 2.2, I think this is 2.1. Gee, I can't remember. But it's over 2 carats. I think it's 2.12. And look at the teal just fire off. You know, like, that is crazy good. And just sparkles in there. Look at that. That's unreal. So you can see there's tinges of blue and then tinges of yellow in that bottom. And then that's what fires that beautiful teal colour back at you. You know, it's almost blue on one side, and then it's teal, and it's blue, then it's, super stoked to have this too. You know, clarity's good, everything's amazing in these 2 stones. Yeah, the difference between, I still haven't got the rest cut either, and the difference between like last episode and this episode, you know, those 2 turned out better than I expected and bigger than I expected. So yeah, punching the air on those 2. And the last episode I was like, oh, the 78 carat star is going to go well, but obviously not. And the other stone just didn't work out, but that jelly bean did, and I'll show you that in a week or 2. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one. More comes out. I stay happy. It's all good.